There once was a man named Ngunda. This man was a calamity, a disaster, a greedy individual. The way he ate was the same way he farmed. He cultivated the entire area of Rwanda and added musasu to it. That was his land. It is even said that the hills of Rwanda were like lumps of soil Ngunda would pile up. This man also owned fields in Nyundo, Bugoyi. One day, Ngunda decided to get married, choosing the daughter of Gakumu as his wife. Then he married another, the daughter of Mirenge from Entenyo. He didn't stop there. He married 4 more women, making 6 wives in total. Because of how much he ate, no single wife could keep up with cooking for him. One day, Ngunda said to himself, "I'm going to help my father-in-law with some farming work." He left for Entenyo and told his father-in-law, "Give me 50 hoes and I will come to work for you." His father-in-law, being a wealthy man, gathered the hoes and gave them to him, and Ngunda set off to cultivate. He started in Rugondo, cultivated all of Entenyo, and turned back in Kinyoro at Byakuzakumu. Ngunda would strike the hoe into the ground twice and, on the 3rd strike, lift it with a mattock. Ngunda kept working until all the hoes were worn out, leaving none intact, and finally finished cultivating. The field he cultivated was so well tilled that Merenga, his father-in-law, sent laborers to continue the farming. However, despite their efforts, they couldn't match Ngunda's expertise. Seeing this, Merenga said, "This man worked so hard for us, we should reward him." They slaughtered a large bull, prepared flour for porridge, fetched water to brew beer, and invited neighbors to bring gifts. Once the meat was cooked, the porridge ready, and the beer brewed, they brought large plates filled with meat, bowls full of broth, and distributed the beer across the house. They also filled large baskets and containers with porridge. When everything was ready, they called their son-in-law to come and eat. They gave him water to wash his hands, and he entered the house to eat. After he had finished eating, his brother-in-law brought him water to wash his hands again. Seeing this, Ngunda said to him, "I know this cow I slaughtered, and those who ate it ate a delicious cow." The people at Mirenga's house were astonished at his remark. Mirenga told his wife, "Look at our son-in-law. He doesn't hold back, yet he worked so hard for us. Bring him what's left and give him more beer. I only wish he could eat to his satisfaction today." So they brought Ngunda the remaining leg of the bull and more beer. This was when he truly began his feast, tearing into the porridge with vigor and mixing it with chunks of meat and broth. He devoured everything, stuffing it into his stomach. Ngunda had a drinking straw called ruvunabataka. When he placed it into a pot of beer and took one sip, it would be empty. After finishing his meal, Ngunda stepped outside, burping and claiming he hadn't eaten much. Yet he had consumed the entire bull alone and drained the pots of beer, which were worth the price of a cow. He packed everything into his stomach and left. His in-laws escorted him as he departed, marveling at Ngunda's enormous appetite.